Welcome to Drawfee, where we take your dumb ideas
and make even dumber drawings.
I'm Jacob.
I'm Nathan.
I'm Julia.
And guys, it's Newsday once again. Or is it?
Oh,
We're
It's
doing
Newsday.
we're doing a repeat. It's another redo's day.
a reduce day.
What's the
Reuse day.
what's the full recycle motto? Reduce day.
Reduce day, reuse day,
Reuse day.
recycles day.
re-
Recycle is part of the recycle.
reuse day.
Reuse day.
We're doing it again.
Ryu from Street Fighter.
Yeah,
Ryu?
it's reuse day.
It's
Reuse
Reuse day.
Everybody celebrate Ryu. We're not doing anything related to Street Fighter.
Not Ken's day.
Not Ken's Day. That's later. We're doing Game of Thrones characters, and we're drawing them in different styles. And
Ooh.
like last time with the Link video, we've already done the drawings.
Yes.
We really did them up full style,
Yes.
extra fancy with extra sauce and extra cheese.
Just the way we like it.
But no tomatoes for Nathan.
Thank you.
Nathan, you're going to be up first.
Yeah, I
and-
guess I should say spoilers just in case.
Yeah, I don't know any spoilers to say.
This episode, yeah, it's we recorded this episode after episode 3 of the final season of Game of Thrones. So anything that's happened up to that point might be discussed. I don't know.
I don't know either.
So just saying spoiler alert just in case.
We don't know yet. Could be.
Just in case.
Let's do it,
Here
man.
here it comes.
I want to see what you drew. Now, you did the Night King, right?
I did do the Night King.
And what was your style?
Sort of an anime, sort of a DBZ-ish anime.
Toriyama.
Oh, boy.
I drew him as an anime villain.
All right.
All right, yeah, let's get it going. I'm going to count you in. All right, ready, Nathan?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, play.
Okay, so the last one I did, I tried to limit myself to just an hour.
Yeah.
Didn't with this one.
Super did it
Nice.
this time, huh?
This one took me, I believe, 2.5 hours all told.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
wow. And you did it in multiple sittings?
Yeah, I did do it in multiple sittings because I went back and I changed some stuff in the sketch because I decided I wanted to incorporate some of the cool stuff that happened in the most recent episode, which you'll see.
Okay,
oh,
gotcha.
I'm not up to date, so this is gonna be spoilers for me.
But basically, the armor already kind of looks like Saiyan armor.
He was so close.
So I just sort of did it. I just made the shoulders pointier.
I could easily see him being one of Frieza's henchmen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did sort of a Frieza face and then kind of a Beerus bod.
Oh, a
'Cause he-
Beerus bod.
I used Beerus's bod as sort of the guide for this
because
because
Beerus is.
he's from Dragon Ball Super.
Oh.
He looks like a cat. He looks like a naked cat
Yeah.
man.
He's like an Anubis.
Oh, okay. I do
I'm
know
looking
who
for
that
He's
a
is.
man
not
with a Frieza
Anubis
face.
is a jackal.
Same shit, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh, cool spear.
Yeah, he's got the ice spear. And then
Oh, are you doing like a
sort of
a double shot thing?
yeah, so the Night King, again, spoilers, the Night King gets one of the Durgans.
He gets it.
He gets
Yeah.
one of the Durgans.
How?
He with the
I
ice
guess
spear.
Maybe you don't have to tell me the
He
whole plot.
hits it with you're seasons behind.
Yeah.
He gets it with the ice spear, and then it becomes his Durgan.
Dang, that's cheap.
So I did sort of a Shenron inspired zombie dragon,
Oh, that rules.
and I went back and was like, I gotta fix the spikes on his head, and then in the most recent episode that happens. Where the zombie dragon gets beat up, and so just fire just starts coming out of every hole in its body. And I was like,
Why?
well, I've gotta,
Yeah, because that's awesome.
because that's awesome.
I feel like, and I mean this as a compliment, Nathan, this is I think it's just because it's a DBZ pose and style. This is the kind of thing I would have been obsessed with in high school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Middle school, high school, if I had seen one of my friends drew something like this, I would have been like, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Thank you. Yeah, this is for you, high school Jacob.
Thank you.
Because I think the last one I did, it was definitely a style I'm more familiar with. This one I've watched DBZ, but I was never one who did. I didn't really do the drawings in
Right.
the DBZ style as much.
Yeah.
It's a style I'm familiar with, but It's a little further outside my comfort zone. I think with these, if we keep doing this, I decided I didn't want the power up.
No power up.
The dragon. I was like, that's too much.
Yeah, sure.
That's going too far into it. But yeah, I think if we do this again, I'm going to try and push myself further and further outside my comfort zone with each subsequent drawing challenge.
I think it's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
It's a good way to push yourself and challenge yourself.
Because the last one, it was a very simple sort of inking and coloring. It was mostly just trying to get the pose in, and then the inking coloring was pretty simple. This one, the shading... well, you'll see. The inking, the coloring and the shading for this one, I don't do that very often with drawings.
Yeah. Don't go for the full finish.
So I was just trying stuff. You'll see me just like put some stuff down, erase it, try it different.
Yeah, that's what I like about doing these so much is that you get that full process sense.
Yeah.
Of like, whenever any artist is working, odds are they're just trying stuff until something works.
You'll see that a good 50% of mine is me just trying stuff.
Yeah, lots of trying.
Yeah, we'll discuss that later.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
I also just could not get my doc to stop popping up. So
Got that doc pop.
got that doc pop. So yeah, just doing some inks here.
Yeah, your inks look real nice.
Thank you.
Nice and smooth. I see you're zooming this time.
I
You're allowing
did-
yourself a zoom.
I did some zooms.
I tried to zoom a lot less in mine this time. You'll notice I made a concerted effort to not zoom as much as I normally would.
I did like a zoom in on an area and
Yeah.
then some moving it around.
That's what I tried to do.
yeah.
I did not zoom for most of mine until I got into the nitty gritties at the end.
One of
But
those sick deets.
yeah, but again, since it was a lot of experimenting, it was just a lot of push and pull and zoom and move, and you'll see.
Yeah.
It becomes chaos at some point.
Nathan, I think I can probably safely say that it seems likely that yours will be the thumbnail again.
Yes. Yes.
That's
You keep picking things that are like really, grabby.
yeah.
Yeah.
And thank you for that.
Anytime.
Because I'm sure that thumbnail is a large reason the first one has done so well.
Happy to do it. I think
Yeah, this one's so readable.
Yeah.
the Night King has such a good anime villain moment in the most recent episode at the time of recording this, where just like he gets blasted with fire and then is just like standing there like, no.
No, I'm full anime now.
Yeah. I was like,
Gotcha.
oh, cool, because I started this before I watched that episode, and yeah, I've got some color references on the other screen, which is what you'll see me just sort of leave the screen and then come back. And so here I'm starting to make some decisions, just trying stuff out, seeing how different things look.
Yeah, pushing and pulling those tones.
Yeah.
I like how you keep like headbanging your camera
Yeah.
a little bit.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Just moving it around.
God, this is so good already.
Thank you. I'm real happy with how the fire turned out, because I don't usually draw fire.
No, I'm not very good at fire. It's one of my weak points for sure.
You're weak to fire.
I'm weak to fire, most definitely.
It's super effective. But yeah, they've got that blue fire. And then I was like, okay, where's the light source? What's the light source going to be for this? And then I just started doing some shading. I'm like, I'll figure out the light source later.
Whatever, it's fine.
I'll make the light source make sense with the shading I'm doing.
Yeah, sometimes, you do it one way, sometimes you do it the other way.
Yeah. I don't know if this is the technically correct way to do it, but I think it ended up looking okay.
Ooh, that glow.
Yeah.
That glow just makes it pop.
Delicious glow.
Ooh, that delicious glow.
Yeah, and so then I was like, okay, if that's the background color, I want sort of everything to be a little bit bluer. And then I ended up making those lighter than his skin tone.
Coloring is a lot of push and pull. People think that, artists can get a color just right off the bat, but a lot of it is just like, I know what color this is supposed to be, but how does literally everything in this image affect what the color of this would be?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
because
how do you make it cohesive?
it's all about like contrasting colors.
Yeah.
Like a gray will look red if it's next to something that's bright green.
Yeah.
And you have to, like, your eyes will do that if you're looking at something in real life, but in a drawing, you have to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like, you have to consider color relevancy. And then if you have things that are too similar in tone, it starts to do that weird, like,
Everything
vibrate thing
yeah.
that happens.
hate
Or
that.
or it just like flattens out.
Yeah, or it flattens out. And then you put down a color that you think is really bright, and then you start surrounding it, and you're like, oh, it's the dullest and darkest color here.
Yeah.
So you gotta like pull that up. It's a lot of messing around.
So I think here's where I decided I'm just gonna make each flame its own light source, and just whichever flame is closest to the thing I'm drawing is gonna be that thing's light source.
I mean, more or less.
Yeah, that's cool.
And you'll see I like adjust the glow in the background later on to reflect that. Here I'm just it's very subtle, but I'm just changing the color of the stroke on the flames to a blue instead of a black to make them a little bit
that looks nice.
softer.
Oh yeah, nice.
And here comes me just futzing around with some flames.
It looks great. Yeah, the other thing with color, you mentioned, changing the gradients in the background, is that after you've considered all those things, you also have to remember emphasis.
Right. That's something I think I still need to work on is the
Oh, rad.
You have to cheat it a little bit sometimes.
yeah, it like composition is important as
Yeah.
well. And so
Oh, but
That's
this
what-
looks great.
thank you. Now I'm just doing some, and then something happened with my gradients where I didn't know what it changed.
Yeah, but then you got him back on.
I
there.
got them back on there, and yeah.
It's so funny. Like, I imagine for people watching that might not know Photoshop as well, when they see like the colors flash to a million things for no discernible reason, that's got to be so confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, just flipping through layer styles.
Yep. So yeah, this is anime villain Night King.
Damn, this
Nathan,
is
this
dope.
rules. It turned out so great, dude.
Thank you.
Excellent work. It was worth the 2.5 hour time investment.
I'm glad. I'm pretty happy with how
Very
it turned
cool.
out.
All right, I'm up next.
Yeah.
Let's get mine up. All right, so for mine, I really wanted to do Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love
Don't we all?
my moody,
You love
my cold, moody boy.
your beautiful boys.
Yeah, he's so cold and he's so sad. And I really wanted to do him, and I was thinking of like what would be a fun style to contrast with his sort of like dark, moody personality. And so I wanted something a little more like bubbly and fun.
That's cool.
And I landed on sort of the Brian Lee O'Malley, Scott Pilgrim style.
Oh, nice.
A little anime-y, a little American comics-y.
Yeah.
And
it's a good synthesis of those two styles. I
it's
think.
definitely less of a challenge for me because it's close-ish to my own style. So it wasn't much of a stretch. I was just able to kind of just have fun and relax on this one.
Nice.
But it was really enjoyable. So I'll count you in and we can play it.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go. So yeah, you'll see me futzing, doing a lot of futzing as well. At the beginning, I had to remember what sketch brush I use.
Yes, just a lot of scrolling through brushes at the
Yeah.
start.
And I knew from the start that I wanted to make it like one of the covers, like one of the book covers.
Oh, nice. So,
So
you've
I-
got the bounding on
Yeah.
that.
So I formatted that off straight away and started kind of roughing in my pose here for this Jon Snow.
I love the way you draw the fur like hoods or cloaks. You've done that in a few recent episodes, like with your stupid hunter.
Oh yeah, the stupid hunter.
And the way you indicate like a fluffy thing is real good.
Yeah, I tried to just make it as simple as possible because it's so easy to start over-rendering things like fur hoods that have so much detail to them.
Oh, this is a real dynamic pose.
You'll see that I make it more dynamic because I look at it and I'm like, no, let's stretch those legs a bit more,
Okay.
get them more out.
'Cause this is already pretty good.
So I kind of moved them a bit more. They were originally like more of a standing, and now it's more of a stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I
Nice.
futz with eyes for a long time while I try to figure out what shape I want his eyes to be.
It's hard to capture the fierce yet sad eyes of Jon
Yeah.
Snow.
You'll see I
Shit.
cranked his head down a bit there. I ended up going with sort of a half Scott Fitzgerald. Big eyes, but bags underneath
Yeah.
to make it more You
He
know, so
does
he's
just
got that
sound
look.
more and more tired as the seasons go on. He's like, can we just fight the Night King and be done with it?
Yeah.
I can't explain to you how bad this is.
Yeah. So I'm getting into the hair here, and you'll see me
Yeah.
once again make a lot of changes as I try to figure out sort of the shape of it and which way I want it to be blowing.
Yep.
I've decided that the wind is blowing from the right to the left, so I kind of make some adjustments to make it look more like that.
Oh yeah.
As
Oh
it
yeah.
goes to really get that hair blowing in that direction.
That's windswept AF.
Um, and
There
I color it in the sketch just to get a sense for what it will look like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
smart.
this is when I realized that I've entirely covered up his right hand and the pommel
Oh, you pulled a
of
me.
the sword. So I will make at some point adjustments to kind of get that sword a little bit different.
Nice.
And it's again, just like we said before, it's a lot of changing
Yeah.
things as you go, and figuring out like what changes you've made, how it's affected other parts of your drawing, and then going back and adjusting those things
I would read this comic
as well.
for sure.
So yeah, here's where I start thinking about the arm, and I'm like, I think the arm's a little too long in like the one part of the arm. I need to adjust that a little bit. As you like, yeah, here's me adjusting the entire sword,
Whoop.
so I can sneak in that other hand.
Man, Photoshop's great for that.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Oh yeah.
And I knew I wanted some
Oh,
snow.
hell yeah.
Snow blow.
That snow just adds, like, scenery and drama and a little bit more composition. Like, it added
Yeah.
so much just adding in those little flurries.
This is me figuring out what brush I want to use for the inks, because Brian Lee O'Malley uses sort of a big, fat, brushy looking thing.
Yeah.
It's not a very delicate brush. It's a chonky one, but has a lot of size variation. So I end up going with Kyle Webster's, I believe it's like brush pen queen.
Ooh.
Wow.
So it's a bit of a fatter brush. It's actually a little bit toothier than the one Brian Lee O'Malley uses, but for me, it's so easy for me to start overdoing my lines, and I needed them to be a little sloppier for this.
Yeah.
A little fatter and less precise.
It
So
looks
I used
great.
this brush to make myself do that a bit.
It's working.
I would have suggested the Belgian comics brush.
Yeah, I needed one that was a little bit.
Yeah, that
less,
one's very smooth.
Yeah, less smooth. So
It's
that
smooth and chunky.
Yeah,
sometimes
it
it's
doesn't
about-
have as much like thickness
Yeah.
variation either.
Yeah, I needed a lot of thickness variation, and I needed it to be something that I wouldn't overthink.
Yeah, you can very much overthink the Belgian comics
Yeah.
brush.
I do love that brush for when I'm doing like my preferred style of inking.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah, this is just mostly inking, and then some of those lines got too rough, so I did.
Yeah.
I love
Go
that right
back.
now it kind of looks like he's wearing a flannel shirt
Yeah. it does.
under all that.
He just has sort of that like pad,
Yeah.
cold weather armor.
Yeah. I'm sure like with all the color in there, it'll, not look like flannel, but right now he just looks like a really angry lumberjack.
Yeah. If I had wanted to make him like a modern day,
Yeah.
you saw me there try to ink the belt without zooming in, and I
Yeah.
was like, no, I have to zoom in. I
Sometimes you
can't
just,
do that one without zooming further, without it looking trashy.
you just gotta. You gotta get in there. Yeah.
Yeah, and just maximum futz.
On the last one of these types of videos we did, someone didn't know the term futz and then heard us say it a million times.
Yep, it's like the best term to use for what
Yeah.
we do when we draw. It's just messing with stuff until it works. I
Yeah.
realized I needed to save.
You gotta save. Gotta
Just
save
much
your
like
work.
last time, I realized I had not yet saved it at all.
You do want to do
God,
that.
Your lines are so clean and clear and your shapes are so good that it almost, like, in the best way, I mean this in the best way, it looks like a coloring book. Like, I just want to
Yeah.
color this thing.
It
Yeah.
invites you to color.
Yeah,
No, I appreciate that. I take that as a compliment.
good.
So yeah, now I was working with sort of getting his colors in and making them so he wasn't completely monochromatic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as he is in the
Because
show.
he is in mostly like grays and blacks, but there is a little bit of like brown, very desaturated browns.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Um,
it warms everything up by like accentuating those oranges and
Yeah.
yellows and the brown tones.
So other than the blacks, I used mostly like super desaturated browns.
Yeah. And you got that nice blue,
Yeah, which
blue
I'm gonna
gray
make
for
kind
the
of a
background.
wintry windy sweep back there.
Look at
And then I'll mess with Snow for a while after this, trying to figure out the best way to make it work.
This whole drawing is messing with Snow, am I right?
Hey!
You are right.
That's his name.
Jon Snow. My good friend Jon Snow.
My good friend Jon Snow.
I think I shade first, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Got to get those shadings in there.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple shading for this type of thing. I just picked a very easy, like, shining right on his face light source.
Yeah.
Yep.
To highlight, bring the attention to that face. Also, it should be known that after this, I go ahead and add in like a title to make it like a book cover.
Oh.
So I wanted to make sure that the ratio of the drawing left room kind of in his lower body that had less
Yeah.
going on, so that I could cover it with a
Nice.
big
Good
title
idea.
block.
Oh, cool. Do you get the font?
I didn't get the font just because I was running out of time.
Uh-huh.
So I just kind of did my best with what I had.
Comic Sans.
I used
You
Comic
used-
Sans.
The best font, Comic Sans.
I required nothing more. But yeah, I love the sort of Scott Pilgrim style so much. It's so inviting.
Yeah.
It just makes you want to like be involved in whatever it is.
Yeah, it's so readable.
Yeah,
It's so expressive. It's
This is a real
you
treat.
just want to touch it.
it's just so nice.
Oh, yeah, that's a good texture.
Oh, that is a good
Yeah,
texture.
I ended up not going with that.
Well,
Oh, that's a good texture, too.
I did want a textured brush,
But that was
Um,
too textured.
It was a little too textured, so I get that in, and then I crank down the opacity a bit to make it
Yeah.
Yeah.
sort of more of a hinted at.
It's
Like it's blowing by really
blurring
fast.
It's blurring past, yeah.
Yeah.
Well-
Oh, two.
oh, two Jon Snow.
I wanted to leave the
Jon
clean one on
Snow's.
the left
Oh,
and
I
make
see.
the book cover one on the right.
Oh.
Nice.
So this is based off of like the new color edition versions
Nice.
of the Scott Pilgrim comics have this look to them.
Jon Snow.
So I end up using just like I think I end up going with like our Den Pro and then just like squishing it and squishing the letters closer together,
Yeah.
and making it a little fatter.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good.
And then once it gets sort of like cranked up to the right thing, it ends up looking pretty good.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's
that looks
great.
so good.
Jon
So
Snow.
you can get a little bit of design.
Three
'Cause
Jon Snow.
I based it off the title of the third Scott Pilgrim book, which you'll see as I type it in here.
Infinite coldness.
Jon Snow and the Infinite Coldness instead of Scott Pilgrim and the Infinite Sadness.
Oh, this is so good.
Nice.
So yeah, this is just little designy bits.
I like the
Um,
designy bits.
I
that
think I might be the weak link this episode.
That's impossible.
Don't even start with that.
Don't even start with that.
The brief moment where you accidentally sent us your drawing in Slack, I know that is not the case.
Mine just feels so much less like thought out and designy than you guys. Yours is such like a complete package, both of you. It's so good. You both knocked it out of the park.
Thanks.
I think we all three did.
Yeah, I'm certain. I put color edition down there. To make it
Nice.
look like the
Nice. Oh, this is.
So yeah, there's like the
I'd buy this
full-
book.
This is a treat.
full book cover variation.
The infinite coldness.
Yeah,
Oh.
a whole book series about Jon Snow and all this shit he's had to deal with.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's mine.
Well,
Woo!
you crushed it.
Thank you.
Good work.
Julia, you ready to play yours?
Yep.
Let's go.
Let's pull it up. All right. So for mine, I wanted to draw Jaime Lannister, handsome man Jaime Lannister,
Mm-hmm.
because I was going to draw in the style of Yoji Shinkawa, who is the main artist behind the Metal Gear series.
Oh
Mm.
yeah, those like specific portraits. That
Yeah,
they
those portraits that they do are just so good, and they make the men look so just gruff and
so intense.
yeah, painterly. Like they have such a specific style, and there's just like a lot of just push and pull, and not everything is drawn out. A lot of it's just like erasing out of shapes and things, and that would be such a challenge for me that I wanted to try it.
Yeah, it seemed like you picked the most difficult starting place.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So I tried to make it a little bit easier for myself by choosing a handsome man, which, you know,
Yeah, is your
my
forte.
my safe zone, but not my safe zone in style. So yeah.
Well, I'm gonna count in then, and we'll watch
Yep.
it.
Yep.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
So you can see what I had to do, or this is how I practice drawing portraits, which I try to do at least like one a week. Is that I'll have in 2 different tabs the one that I'm drawing on and the one that has my reference image.
Nice.
And then I do the window tile, all windows, and then you can arrange them so you can have the references side by side to what you're drawing.
That's a PC, or no, that's just a thing you can do. In
Just a
Photoshop.
Yeah, that's a
thing,
Photoshop
yeah.
thing you can do.
Cool.
So I fully map out a face and I try to draw it as best I can because the anatomy on the drawings from Metal Gear are like spot on.
Yeah.
So I had to draw this.
You had to use your summoning circle.
I had to use my summoning circle. I had to get as close as possible. You can see that I always draw the eyes way too big.
I do that too.
Yeah.
So then I just,
That's
you see all the times that I have to just keep shrinking and moving up.
That's a holdover from just like cartooning so much. I feel
Yeah.
like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it definitely
actually
is.
try and draw a from reference. It's like,
Yeah.
oh no, eyes are actually kind of
I've
small.
lost perspective
They're itty
on
bitty.
on how they're supposed to be. So, yeah, I'm drawing in green, just because that is my drafting color. This
Mhm,
like
yeah.
neon green, because neon green is such an ugly color to draw with that I'm not gonna get precious with it. I'm just gonna throw it on there. I know it's not definitive.
Yeah.
Let's just get some shapes in. Also, I push and pull this chin so much. I make it too long, and I bring it back because it's like, because that angle, you're looking at him from slightly below, you get that
Yeah.
under the chin, but then
Right.
but it's like almost an illusion.
Yeah, it's a hard angle.
You gotta
pick,
like
too.
bring it back up. So I bring it back up later, and I always make the heads too shallow. So you can see like my first drawing doesn't look much like him, and then I have to just I lasso a lot of things and move it around.
It really, yeah. I mean, that's like, I do
thought
that.
maybe if I got the hair in, it would help.
Hair always helps.
I mean, it already looks great to me.
Yeah,
but
I agree. I think that a lot of it is like when you're the one doing it, you see all the little things.
Yeah, he just looked too boyish in my drawing for me. And I knew that's not how he looked. And it's always because I make the back of the head too shallow. I gotta like bring it out. I always make the distance between like the eye and the sideburns too shallow.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, you just gotta like widen up the length of the head. That's
Yeah.
the dumbest way to phrase that.
Widen up the length
Widen up that length.
and lengthen up that width.
Yeah, do it both.
Also, I draw a lot of lines to map the shadows. Oh, here I'm putting it under to see how close I got and then where I need to fix it.
So you got to move
Generally.
that eye up a little
Yeah,
bit.
crank
Yeah.
the eye.
And I knew I made the head too shallow again, so that's why I threw the reference image back there.
When
I
you
also
saw it, did you say, "Damn it"?
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I was like, God damn it, I've done it again. Also,
doing it
because
again.
I shifted the eyebrow up, the ear was too small because your ear lines up with your eyebrow and the bottom of your nose.
Oh yeah.
So I had to bring it in.
I like that you just have it over
Yeah.
there.
Have it over there.
Let me get a new ear in there.
And then you Zorro'd his face for a second there.
Yeah, I did.
It's so like, again, one of my favorite things about these types of videos is like we get to see just how different our processes are,
Yeah.
and they all end up with cool drawings. So like, you know, that like a lot of people ask, they say like, what's the best practice? What's like the right process to do? And it's like
The right practice is
Whatever-
whatever works for
whatever
you.
works for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't summoning circle ahead the way Julia does.
No.
And you know, Julia, I don't know how much luck you'd have
No.
with the sort of scatterbrain, just throwing stuff at the paper until it works approach.
Well, you see that I'm
that I
going
do.
to start doing that at some point because I get to a point where I'm like, okay, I know what I'm supposed to be doing now. And it's like really rough inks.
Yeah, what inker is this you using?
I think it's called Grinder.
The grinder.
It's just this real mess of a brush.
Like I already am getting the Metal Gear vibes just from like these first few strokes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's uses a lot of just like heavy black shapes, and I'm not very good at that in like the face. I tend to get really precious with the face, which is why I have all those lines around the face to say like this is where the shadow kind of ends or like really tapers off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got a lot
I
of
got
them
all those
just,
like shapes in so that when I start throwing in the dark shadows.
You've indicated all of the different planes
Yeah,
that
basically.
the face has,
So-
which is very cool.
Which is smart.
It's
Smart.
smart. It's
Um,
smart drawing with Julia.
Welcome.
Welcome.
So this like really went in stages of difficulty for me. Drawing out the face is something I'm familiar with. It's familiar territory. It's something I like to practice every week. And then this was a hard stage because again, I get kind of precious. I like everything to be clean and pristine, and I like to shade with, color and stuff like that. But I didn't want to do that for this because he
Yeah.
doesn't really do that for the games.
I know it's just the shadow under the lip, but it looks like you gave him a little soul patch. And
Yeah.
he kind of looks like the guy from the Iron Giant.
Oh, he does a little bit.
yeah. And then the stage after I get the drawing in is just wild. The dude who draws for Metal Gear is just wild. He comes in with like some crazy brushes, some weird shapes, gradients all over the place, just squares on top of whatever you're drawing.
Yeah.
Just when in doubt, put a square on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get his process.
I started to understand because it's like it's the fundamentals of what you're supposed to be doing when you draw a face. And then just push to the max. Yeah, so the swishies are to make the shadow a little bit lighter, and you notice that's what the artist does. And it's
Yeah.
that they do that like rake texture sometimes when you want it to fade out a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's like a kind of a mid-tone, and then sometimes they'll put like a square behind the head and it's like a darker tone, and then they get rid of like that side of the head and they just make it white. And it's that play of put light on dark and put
Yeah.
dark on light.
Right, and then like let the eye complete the lines.
Yeah.
Like your brain will do that. And that's like so much confidence to just be like, no, I don't need to draw this line.
I don't need to
he'll
do
get
this.
The rest of this drawing is good enough that like they'll figure it out.
Yes.
I love seeing stuff like that. Oh, this is
This
Julia.
looks rad.
Julia,
It looks so cool.
I went in.
come in here. They're like, oh, I'm gonna be the weakest link.
This is such like a wild style for me. Oh, so this is where I start playing with some of the shapes that this artist goes in. And you can see just how many things I try and how many things I just wind up dumping all of it.
That's great. That's what the people want to see, the process.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool, though.
I did like it, but there was something about the balance of it. Like that heavy dark was too close to the dark of his collar,
Uh-huh.
where it was dragging everything down, and I didn't like it. And then I wasn't super confident in that head shape.
You're playing multi-dimensional chess with this drawing.
Yeah,
and I
let's
love it.
stick a gradient in there.
This is so cool.
There's some basic like shading shapes sometimes. I think I wind up dumping this too. Like I just tried so many things. I took like an hour and a half on this to just like and about an hour of it is me just pushing and pulling
pushing and pulling.
of
That's
just background shapes and weird experimental things that this artist likes to do.
Dun, dun, dun,
I like that
dun,
rake over there.
Thank you.
dun,
Welcome to
dun.
Drawfee, where we push, pull, and futz. Oh my god. Those are the only things we know how to do.
Yeah, so I wanted to get some of those, wrinkles he's got under that eye, and then
Yeah.
use the rake to put in some shadows and some gradients, but not have it be solid. This artist really puts in just like random rake shapes sometimes in some things.
I mean, you're definitely like nailing the look and feel of it. I mean, I'm not a
Good, I'm glad.
I'm by no means a Metal Gear expert, but this definitely
I am a Metal Gear expert,
feels like
and I think it's nailing it.
oh.
There was some in Metal Gear Solid 5 that had some like the embers coming up over it, and then
That's
I didn't like
cool.
it, and it was too distracting. And then I
Now
was
we're
thinking
getting
about
some
throwing like a
colors.
You really are showing like the
whole buffalo.
whole buffalo. Yeah, like, every bit of thing tried.
I really tried so many things because I did not know exactly what I wanted to be doing.
Yeah,
Now you're
Yeah.
like, okay, Jamie, get out of here.
Yeah, I didn't need the reference anymore, I realized, so I could just color or, play with some shapes. it's just a lot of like dry brush work and you know, letting the toothiness show. See, I told you I got rid of
This
everything.
is insane.
Yeah, I tried so many things and wound up getting rid of all of it. But I had to try to see
Yeah.
because I didn't know what would make it look more Metal Gear because I felt like I wasn't doing it properly, and then it started to feel less, and then it started to feel like too much, and then I wound up just going with this.
I mean, this is great.
Yeah, I think
This rules.
you picked like a nice, simple. Sometimes simpler is better.
Yeah,
And like I think you got enough of those elements with the rakes and the.
Right, you got
Yeah.
the rakes, you got this ink splatter sort of
Yeah.
happening right on the collar area.
he shows like when the brush gets dry. Sometimes the ends of lines. It's super nice. It's a nice texture.
Just like a great use of all of the different tools that are available in Photoshop.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, excellent work.
Thank you.
This was real fun. I
This
like
is
these
fun.
episodes a lot.
Yeah, these are so fun to do. We just get to have a good time watching each other draw and compliment each other.
Yeah. And no matter how long it took us to do, we limit it to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
and
all
it makes us look like superstars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we're not.
No.
But thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this one as well. We're going to be doing more of these. I think we're looking for like maybe one a month.
One a month is pretty good, I think.
Seems like about the rate ratio.
Yeah.
The people were about it, but they didn't want it replacing regular Drawfees, which was never the plan
Never,
to do
ever.
that.
I just think it's a fun extra thing to have.
It's a fun extra one.
Change of pace.
It's a little easier for you to edit, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, much easier.
So
Saves me time.
there's that. So yeah, I like doing these once a month.
Yeah. So
Game of
look-
Thrones is
look
the
forward to
hotness
it.
this month. We'll see what we do next month.
What future hotness?
Sonic.
Definitely Sonic.
Just draw some Sonic OCs.
Oh Lord. We're sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry. Because we'll never do Sonic.
Hey, thanks for watching that episode of Drawfee. If you like Drawfee and the stuff we make, the best way to support us is by signing up for Dropout. For around the cost of a jug of mouthwash a month, you get access to Drawfee episodes a week early, as well as a exclusive Dropout Discord where you can chat with me, and you get access to the Dropout exclusive shows like Cartoon Hell, I Made That Show, Actually, which I was on, and Rank Room, which I was also on. It's a good time. Start your free trial. Go to dropout.tv. Please. Please.